why does faith seem to be on the decline? You might be asking, how is it that previous generations had robust faith, and now it seems like we're seeing more and more churches close, and we're seeing secularism on the rise? How come people who deeply love Jesus often have kids who want nothing to do with him? Why is it that for your grandparents, their faith was certain and it had deep trust in God, and yet you find yourself searching YouTube for answers? Here's the thing. Young people going on a religious walkabout in their 20s is nothing new. Social science has long shown that Americans drift from their parents' faith, but are typically drawn back when either they get married, they're entrenched in a career, life hits them upside the head, or they begin having kids of their own. But, and it's a big but, for the first time in modern history, even marriage, career, and kids aren't motivating people to return to faith. And the data doesn't lie. Faith in the West is definitely on the decline. In 2019, the American Enterprise Institute found that 17% of millennials weren't raised in any particular religion, which was up from only 5% of baby boomers. Similarly, they found that only 1/3 of millennials grew up attending religious services with their family, which was a huge decline when you learn that half of baby boomers were raised in some form of church. The website 538 makes the connection that faith is on the decline because the majority of millennials and Gen Z never had strong religious ties, making it less likely for them to develop habits to make it easier to turn or return to faith. And the Barna Group, they found that young people have found their experience of Christianity to be shallow, exclusive, and not relevant to their everyday lives. And while there is some encouraging research on the vitality of faith in young people who still do believe in God, the stats about people leaving their faith should cause us to continue to ask more and more good questions. But here's the great thing. God has quite a lot to say on the subject, and his answer, which is seen throughout the entirety of the Bible, is the place where we need to start. God's answer is for you to remember what God's done, reflect on who he is, and this is crucial, intentionally pass on the story to others.